Jeremy Fowler's position ranking series because the last part was published yesterday. A survey of execs, coaches, and scouts ranked the top 10 cornerbacks entering 2024. Now, Sauce Gardner checked in at number 3 overall, fresh off another All-Pro season with the Jets. Garnered a lot of respect from quarterbacks in his second season, 24 fewer targets than he did as a rookie. He did allow higher figures, though, in completion percentage and yards per target compared to that rookie season. Now, as part of the survey, one anonymous personnel evaluator called him, quote, one of the most overrated players in the league. You could call holding on him every play, close quote. Now, okay, he was called for 2 holding penalties last year. RC, is this mild sauce, spicy sauce, hot sauce?
Hey.
I mean, what do we think of this comment?
Hey, what we call this is cap sauce, because that's a lie. I mean, listen, when you think about Sauce Gardner, we've seen him play from every position, whether it's off man, press man. We've watched him in zone. And when you say you can call holding on a player every time, you can say the same thing for offensive linemen. He's a physical, long corner on the outside, and you've watched him in his first 2 years be absolutely dominant. It sounds like a little hate to me from some other, I guess, anonymous source, but when you think about Sauce Gardner and what he's been since being drafted 4th overall by the New York Jets, I believe he's exceeded expectations, which is really difficult. Here's the one thing, Hannah, he has to change to me to be considered, though, the elite of the elite. He has to get the football. Only 2 interceptions in the first 2 years.
Getting hot in here. RC's getting the full court press on me. I'm just trying to bring the ball up the court. But the thing about Sauce Gardner, I would say there's mostly love. Most evaluators say he's the top, or certainly in the top 3. They say at 6'3" with his size. Who can guard like him? Teams are essentially throwing away from his side of the field. But there's just a feeling that maybe some other corners around the league, like Patrick Surtain, Denzel Ward, a little more versatile. You can throw them in any scheme and they can get it done, where Sauce is maybe a little protected by the Jet scheme. And then Marlon Humphrey once called him out for holding publicly. So there is a little bit of that out there.
Yeah, I'm wondering, Hannah, if this person that says that Sauce Gardner is the most overrated player in the NFL, that might be the same person who thinks that Ryan Clark is the worst dressed person at ESPN. Because
that would not be a smart person.
Honestly,
that's not a smart person.
That's correct, RC. That person, they can't hold a candle to your fashion, and so they're jealous.
Like, put your name on
I'm saying, I got a blue tie on. This is the most boring thing of all time.
You look great.
It's okay. I mean, it's
fine.
decent.
We're going to deal with your wardrobe issues later. Your wardrobe self-esteem issues. All right.
I like you in blue.
Of the Seahawks made the Pro Bowl as a rookie, ranked 9th in this survey. The 5th overall pick was a playmaker right away, recording 12 pass breakups. That was tied for 3rd most among all players last season, most among rookies. What did this AFC scout anonymously say about Witherspoon? He said Witherspoon is a baller. He's the most physical corner in the NFL, and he's hyper competitive. Okay, there we go. Somebody said something nice.
Positivity.
Yeah.
He's the only rookie from last season on the list. Do you like what you've seen from him?
I think he'll be joined by Christian Gonzalez from that 2023 draft class next year. But Gonzalez, of course, limited to just 4 games this past season. I love what I saw from Devin Witherspoon because on top of the physicality, you saw the versatility as well. This is not a big corner. If you walk past Devin Witherspoon, you're not going to be blown away by the size that he brings to the table. And yet, he can play on the perimeter. He can play on the inside as a slot corner. He'll set the tone for you in the running game as well. Now, we pay these guys to turn the football over via interceptions and PBUs, and he racked up plenty of those last year. But you ask a defensive coordinator the kind of corners they like the best, and they're the ones that they can count on to do the dirty work as well, on top of those elite coverage skills. I can't wait to see what year 2 looks like for Devin Witherspoon. An absolute home run by Seattle in the 1st round last year. Yeah. Some people were a little bit surprised he went as high as 5th overall to Seattle. That one worked out pretty darn well.
I would be shocked if he's not in the top 5 of my rankings next year. Team saw him as top 10, not quite top 5 yet. But him, you mentioned Gonzalez, Derek Stingley, all those guys are moving up in a big way.
And living up to all that history, that secondary there in Seattle.